everyone, and welcome to this video. Today I am going on a super special weekend adventure to Iki Island. You might know that Iki Island is in Nagasaki, but from Hakata Futo, which is the Hakata port, you can easily reach this island in 1 to 2 hours depending on the boat you take. So I am going to be on a weekend trip here, and I'm going to be showing you all of the things that you can do in Iki if you come and travel to this island. So without further ado, let's go explore Iki Island. You can take the ferry or jet foil from Hakata Port to Iki Island. The ferry is cheaper but takes twice as long as the jet foil. Seats on the jet foil are limited, so it's good to make reservations in advance. This was the jet foil, the Venus. It took us here very speedy, very smoothly, and now we are here to enjoy Iki Island. This is Gonora Port. There are 2 different ports in Iki that you can arrive on the ferry. So we are at the southern port. For the first stop of the tour, we are headed to a pufferfish farm. Iki Island is famous for its pufferfish, so we are going to visit a local place to see how they are raised. While fugu living in the sea are known for containing deadly poison, the fugu raised here are poison-free. The farm practices sustainable aquaculture techniques to create a special low salinity and stress-free environment, and even runs on sun and hydroelectric power. So we just finished the fugu tour, got to see this really sustainable facility that uses both sun energy and hydroelectric energy to run the plant. We got to see some baby fugu, some old fugu, and some hirame flounder, and now we are going to have a fugu lunch. It's time for lunch. Just a short ride away from the fugu farm, we have a lunch course to sample different fugu dishes. Today, we have a huge spread that includes fresh fugu sashimi, tempura fugu and veggies, fugu hot pot, steamed siumai, pickles, and a few other dishes. Pufferfish is known for being rich in collagen, high in protein, and low in calories. It doesn't have distinct flavor or melty texture when eaten sashimi style. It was fun to try all the different dishes and experience the island's seafood. Up next, we are off on a boat cruise. We have now arrived at the place for the Tatsunoshima cruise. Here is the cruise that we are going to be on. This is the ticket. This boat cruise circles the uninhabited island of Tatsunoshima, located in the northern part of Iki. The water was so beautiful, glistening bright aqua and turquoise. You can see just how beautiful the water is. It's like teal blue, full of fish too. Passengers who want to visit Tatsunoshima can get off the boat and enjoy the island's sparkling white beach and surrounding trails. There are also striking cliffs and rock formations to take in during the ride. At the front of the boat, it was quite windy and the waves splashed my shoes, but the view was phenomenal. We just got off the boat from the sightseeing tour and the water was absolutely beautiful. I wish I could have gotten off and swum a bit, but got to see some really nice beach areas, some places where there's hiking, and the rocks around the island were so cool. So we're off to our next adventure. Let's go! We are at our next destination, which is the Ondake Shrine. The shrine is said to have over 200 monkey statues and is devoted to one of the gods whose name has Saru in his name, and Saru is the Japanese word for monkey. So going to go see this shrine, which is also known as a power spot. According to Iki's myths, this is considered the place where the first gods of Iki Island descended. The grounds are small, but there is a cafe, a small washing space, and a stall selling monkey-themed items. The god enshrined here is the god of guidance and is named Saruta Hiko no Mikoto. Since Saru means monkey in Japanese, monkey motifs and stone sculptures are placed all around as offerings. Near the shrine is a forest walking path and observatory. We are climbing up to the observatory spot. We're at the observatory of the Ondake Shrine Observatory. Beautiful view of Iki below us. Here you can see all of Iki Island stretched out below us. We have Tsushima Island up here and so much greenery and blue all around. So this is a great place to see and observe Iki Island. This is the Ondake Observatory. Well, that was the Ondake Shrine. There are lots of monkeys, statues to be seen, and a cool observatory. Now we are heading to... It's time to head to Ryudashin Shrine. Ryudashin Shrine lies near the sea's edge and is known as the Dragon Shrine. Oh my gosh, there's lots of cicadas. So we are walking down this little slope area to Ryudashin Shrine, which is a shrine right by the water. Here we are by the water at the Ryudashin Shrine. This shrine is a dragon shrine, so it is here by the water. There is a beautiful breeze to cool us on this hot day, and we are enjoying that. Countless thin stones surround the shrine that resemble the scales of a dragon. It's just a small shrine by the water, but the water surrounding it is super beautiful, and there is this nice breeze, so it was super cool to see this Ryudashin Shrine here by the water. It is a hot day here in Iki, but we are surviving with some Iki salt candies, some water, and perseverance, and just a beautiful day around us to be enjoying. We have a super quick stop, but this is Kuyoshi Beach. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that beach behind me. I really want to swim, but don't have time for that today. But this is a lovely beach right over here. We are walking along this green area, still by the sea. Everything today is by the sea, but we're going to Sakyobana, which is an area that is known for this pillar by the water. This is Cannon Pillar, which is made of volcanic basalt. There is another small shrine by the water here as well. Up next are the Harahoge Jizo statues. These small stones face the water and are said to protect the women divers called ama, who collect local sea urchins. Depending on when you visit, find these statues partially submerged in the water or standing above the tide. Up next is Kojima Shrine. We are now at Kojima Shrine. This is a shrine that in low tide you can walk across and see, but during high tide it looks like an island and you cannot walk across. But right now it is low tide, so we are going to go walk across to the shrine. This island is considered a highly sacred area, so nothing can be taken off, including the stones and twigs. Seeing the shrine and surrounding rocks and water was a beautiful sight. Here is the shrine that we walked to. Right now there is no one there, so it is perfect, but this is what it looks like when it is almost near sunset and the water is at its lowest. Now for the last shrine of the day, Sumiyoshi Shrine. This shrine is one of Japan's 4 great Sumiyoshi shrines, including those in Osaka, Shimonoseki, and Fukuoka. Cultural assets are preserved here, and this is also where the island's grand Kagura Performance takes place each year. Now we get to see a mini Kagura Performance. Kagura is a Shinto ceremonial dance that dates back over 700 years and is a nationally designated important intangible folk cultural property of Japan. We just finished watching a Kagura Performance. It was so cool, especially the part when they were using the plates on his hand. Now we are going to be heading to our ryokan for dinner. So it's been a super fun-filled day, so now we are off to get some food. After a full day of exploring, it's finally time for food. On the menu tonight, we have more sashimi, half a crab, hot pot, sizzling Iki beef, chawanmushi, fish, soup, and of course, Iki shochu. Kanpai! Today I woke up to the sunlight streaming through the room windows and started the day off with another big meal. Good morning, everyone. We have the breakfast spread today. Hi. We've got some fresh salad, some tofu, natto, a big fish, egg, and tea. Itadakimasu. It's tofu time! We are here for the next part of the tour where we are going to be making tofu. Iki tofu is said to be a little bit firmer than normal tofu, so I'm going to go try it out and see what it is like to make tofu. After a quick overview of the tofu making process and ingredients, it was off to the stations to try making it ourselves. The soybeans had been pre-soaked the night before, so we started with grinding them in a food processor. Then, in a mixer, we combined the beans with leftover liquid from soaking. Once smooth, the mixture was transferred to a cheesecloth. By squeezing the liquids out, we were able to separate the soy milk and soft pulp called okara. The next step was to heat the milk. Once it reached 95 degrees Celsius, seawater was added, causing the milk to curdle and separate. We covered a small wooden frame with cheesecloth and ladled the curdled solids inside. A lid and rock were placed on top to slowly press the excess liquid out. Woo! And here you have it, packs of freshly made tofu along with an okara side dish. I had never made tofu before, but this hands-on class was so fun. We just finished our tofu making experience and it was so cool. I have right here my own block of tofu as well as a salad that was made with the excess part of the making process. Although it definitely takes a bit of time to make by hand, the resulting tofu is delicious. Off to our next adventure! We are heading back outside to explore the Harunotsuji Ruins. We are at the Harunotsuji Ruins. These are from the Yayoi era and are located in this massive plain in Iki. So right now I've never seen anything like this before, but there are these thatched roof buildings and it is super cool. So let me show you what it's like here at the Harunotsuji Ruins. This area is a designated special historic site of Japan and features the ruins of an ancient kingdom. Excavated treasures indicate that the land was once rich with trade, and multiple homes as well as the remains of Japan's oldest port have been found here as well. Walk along the open space, peek inside the restored buildings, and get a taste of what life was like centuries ago. This is an example of what they believed torii gates to look like. At the top there are these wood carvings that look like torii, and that is kind of where the name comes from for these gates that lead into the Japanese shrines. So we are walking right now in an area with reconstructed buildings. Right now there are 17 reconstructed buildings here, but they have found evidence of over 300 buildings. It is because of money and time that not all of them have been reconstructed, but the ones here are pretty cool. There's a watchtower, a lot of storehouses, and individual homes as well. This is the watchtower, the tallest building that is constructed in this area. This is inside of the guardman's lodge that we are in right now. It's actually quite big and a lot cooler than being outside. So it's really cool to see these and to learn a bit of Iki's history at the same time. We're now headed to the Iki City Ikikoku Museum. This is an archaeological museum that details the history of Iki and other archaeological items of Nagasaki Prefecture. This is a diorama of the area that we were just in and walked by. You can see the torii gates right here, and then above are what the buildings would have looked like. This local museum is a great place to learn not only about artifacts found on Iki Island, but of others found all throughout Nagasaki Prefecture. From the observatory up top, you get a 360 panoramic view of the island and fields below. Now we're off to Iki's famous Monkey Rock. So we have made it to one of the most iconic spots in Iki Island, and this is the Zaru Iwa. This is the Monkey Rock that is looking out into the ocean, and you can see here that it actually really looks like a monkey. So this is a super special part of Iki and has become kind of the unofficial symbol of the island. There is a little path by the side of the parking lot that you can go and get a slightly different view of the Monkey Rock. And we are still right by the ocean everywhere we go in Iki. It's quite pretty. Up the rocks we go. This is an absolutely incredible view of the water, the rocks, and Mr. Big Monkey. It is super windy up here, but what a good view. It is super windy, so had to be pretty careful up there, but probably one of the best shots that we have right now on our trip is just seeing the water below with the Monkey Rock and all of the other rocks inside of the ocean. Just a really good view that we got to enjoy on this trip. And now for the last stop of the day, the Devil's Footprint. We are now at the location called the Devil's Footprint. It is called this because it looks like a footprint is in the rocks, or we'll see in a little bit, but it is an area that is surrounded by so much greenery, is again right by the sea, so I'm excited to see what this Devil's Footprint looks like. So right now you can see Oni no Ashiato, which means Devil's Footprint is where we are right now. Wow! This is it. Looks like a devil just stepped right through. I see it. His toes are right about here, and this is the heel. The 110-meter hole in the rock was pretty cool, but I found that the surrounding landscape was even more spectacular. There's green grasses and then the blue sky and the sea below. It just creates a magical landscape.
Well, we are back at Gonora Port, the place where we first started, and we have come full circle. It has been a super busy time here on Iki Island. I've got to see so many different shrines. I ate so much food, and it was really nice to be able to learn so much about this island that has so much history and legends, folklore, and all of that stuff wrapped into it. So I'm so happy to have gotten to go on this trip. Thank you to the Iki Tourism Association for inviting me, and I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing all of this as well. If you want to learn more about Iki, don't forget to check out my blog, which will be coming soon. I'll post a link to that below. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. If you want to leave any comments or questions, please leave them below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on some more videos about Japan and exploring all of the different places that this country has to offer. So until next time.